Whether it's power station, factory or stadium, covering installation or maintenance, Spec, the specialist power contractor to industry.
It's been a long day, but this makes it all worthwhile because you were an inspiration for Rugby AM. Because you showed me once upon a time, a long time ago, you on the footy show with Bo Ryan, and he said, "Oh yeah, this guy's been micking me," and I saw it, and that was the moment when I realised that England needed something like the footy show, and we're a million miles away. I know we are, but we're trying our best.
That's all you can
thanks
do,
to
innit?
you, Sam Burgess, Rugby AM, between you and Bo Ryan, it's existing.
Well, that's lovely to hear that, Simo, but it ain't going to happen if there ain't people like you driving it and the two boys here, two handsome fellas behind the cameras that you all can't see, but we can. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
But no, it's a pleasure to be on Rugby AM again. I remember being on it before in your garage, I think it was.
October 2013.
Yeah.
You came along with the boys. And,
I think Keith Senior were there as well that day.
Big Keith, yeah, Keith's still a part of it.
Yeah.
He's running the Legends for
Corn
us
beef
now.
Keith?
Corn beef.
Yeah.
Corn beef,
Yeah.
the man who doesn't hang out with the boys in Australia, goes and does his own thing.
Does his own thing. Oh, keep your eye on that one.
Ooh,
Shady.
he's having a baby as well.
Yeah. Oh, you're having a baby.
He's having a baby, is Keithy.
Yeah.
And you're having a baby. And we're going to first topic, got 10 topics
Yeah.
to talk to you about. First one is family, because I've just met your lovely grandma downstairs.
Oh, she's the best, yeah.
And obviously the legend uncle.
Yeah.
What had whiskies with him all night. He got
Yeah,
back
Uncle
in
Tom,
there.
yeah.
Uncle Tom, what a hero.
He is a hero, Uncle Tom.
You've
Good
got
man.
a great family, a
Yeah.
close family. I think everyone's seen the Slammin Sam documentary about obviously how you were with dad. And I think we'll talk about that a bit later. But let's talk about the expanding family, because you
Yeah.
got married
Married man now, yeah.
quick. You were married quick like me.
Yeah.
We don't mess about.
Well, it's one of them. I think, Simo, when you know, you know. And I met Phoebe.
Where'd you meet her? Tell us how you
I met her at a concert. We were at an Avicii concert. And I'm not really...
Not a concert.
Well,
You
what-
just not sing live.
a festival or whatever it was. I don't really go to these things. And anyway, I had my hood up. I was trying to be in disguise, and I saw Phoebe walk past, and I said hello to her, and she looked at me a bit like, what a weirdo, because all you could see on my face were like this. You couldn't see anything else. And then anyway, I took my hood down. I went and introduced myself, and we just got chatting, and one thing led to another, and we had a lot in common, and we caught up a few weeks later, and the rest is history, really. I mean, she was in hospital. I went and visited her for 3 days in a row,
Yeah.
and then I drove her home on the fourth day.
Why was she in hospital?
She'd had a back problem from a skiing accident, so it kind of like we're meant for each other because we're both as mad as each other. But yeah, and that were it. We just got on like house on fire, and within 3 years we're married, and we've got a baby on the way. It's due in
so
due in
exciting.
end of January, so we're really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's an exciting time, but for English rugby fans, the England Four Nations is really nearly upon us now. This weekend at Huddersfield, we're going over there, and it's in a way, I think a lot of people see it as a must-win, because Australia look great. The halves are very strong. They know what the halves are. They know the team. Al Meninga's been there, done it, one T-shirt. You'd expect them to be in the final, but do you look at the New Zealand game as a must-win?
Yeah, I think so. First off the bat as well, it's
Yeah.
it's a big game for us, you know. And we've always had a great rivalry with the Kiwis. You know, the cultures of both teams are very similar, and you know they're a big physical team as we are. We've got a big physical forward pack, so no, we're looking forward to the game. But it's a game that we must take. You know, we need the win. You know, to progress. I mean, I believe we've got a chance, a great chance this year, doing well in the Four Nations. Last few years I've played and been a part of England, we've been literally centimetres away from victory.
That's Sean Johnson try.
I know, and you know what though, Simo, it creates a character that though, and you know we hold on to those memories, and it drives us to be successful further down the line. So, you know, there's some players a part of that team that are now part of this team as well. So, you know, we'll draw on that and the experience and take it forward into this Four Nations.
Mate, are you happy with the squad? Do you look around you at training, and there's a load of people, you know, we'll talk about that in a little while, but are you happy with the squad? As the captain?
Yeah, as the captain, yeah, Simo. It's
Are you going to get him to call you Skips?
No. Nothing will change really inside the group. Yeah, unless I want it to. No, I get more polish in my boots. But nothing will change inside the group. And nor should it. I mean, we've got a great set of lads,
yeah.
and as you know, you've been around the camp today. That the boys are good guys.
Very close.
They're down to earth. We have a good time together. But when it's time to work and when it's business time, we're there. And that's what we've committed to each other. Is that when we're on the field and when we're training, when we're performing and preparing, then you're here for business. And everyone's buying into that, which is a sign of a team that's going in the right direction. So I'm
Who's
loving
impressed you? Give me a few names, because you won't come across some of these lads. You won't have played against them.
No, there's some guys in here that are young lads.
Who's impressed you?
I mean, I've known Luke Gale for a long time. I've known him since being 16, 17, playing with my older brother and at Leeds. But he's really impressed me. How he's taken a bit of leadership in his role.
He's an angry little man, isn't he?
He is, but he's got energy, and I don't think he's going to die wondering in this tournament. He's going to have a go. He's been given an opportunity, and we're going to see what he can do. So he's really impressed me. And then, I like the look of John Bateman. He reminds me of
he's the dog.
Of me a little bit back in the days. From Bradford himself. We never really played together at Bradford. I'd moved on, and then he came in. But I like his attitude and I like what he's about. I think he'll bring a bit to our team. So I'm looking forward to how them guys go. But also, it's good to be back with James Graham and partner up with him. I really enjoyed playing with him, and obviously my two brothers is always good fun.
Mate, we're going to talk a little bit about the elephant in the room. I'm not going to go on about it because I'm sure I've been asked a million questions. Rugby Union, you didn't get a fair crack. It's my opinion. You didn't get used properly. My opinion again. Would you agree with my opinion?
There's honestly, Simo, there'd be... Someone asked me a question earlier, and he said, if you asked 100 people their opinion, you'd get 100 different answers.
Too right, yeah.
What's
your opinion?
I can fully agree with it. My opinion is, I'll give you when I think of Rugby Union, my time in Rugby Union, I had a great time. I met some good people. I played a season at Bath, and we made a Premiership final.
Yep.
And I fully committed my mind and my body to a cause to be as successful as I could be. And in that time, in 11 months, I learnt a game that I didn't know. I represented England 5 times. And whilst on the field for England, we were never behind on the scoreboard, except for Australia when I got put on for the last 10 minutes and we're down 20-odd points. So in my time for England, I feel successful, although the results weren't great.
Yeah.
But whilst I was on the field,
did your job.
We did my job.
Yeah.
And the players around me knew, on the inside of the camp, everyone knew what I would give into the team and what they were going to receive from me on a daily basis. So in that, I can feel proud of my achievements in Rugby Union.
With England Rugby League, you're back where you belong. Are you back in your happy place?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I grew up in the north of England, playing at Dewsbury Moor Rugby Club. And to be back now representing England and captaining the country, I think it's where I probably belong. I love chasing a dream and I love a new experience, and that's what Rugby Union gave me. But I think deep down in my heart, what made me come back to league was that it's who I am, and it's what I was brought up to play. So I'm happy to be back here and talking to you, of course, but also back in amongst the England guys and playing rugby league, the game that I love.
Mate, there's 7 Bradford juniors in this England team.
I didn't know that.
7.
That's impressive, that, isn't it?
Bateman, you, both your brothers.
Yeah.
Must be one more as well. I'll work it out.
We'll work it out.
But there's 7 here anyway. Great for the history of the club, but for where it is now. Does it make you a little bit sad to think that that old famous brand is not how it used to be when you left?
It is certainly sad, yes, Simo. I mean, I'm not too sure over the years what's happened. I've been so far away from it, but I think it is testament to the club of the juniors that they produce. Not only what they've produced, but I think growing up in that part of the world, being around that part of the world, I think it gives you a level of humility. You don't take too much for granted and you just get on with everything.
What's your best memory of Bradford as a kid?
Geez, there's so many. I can't even remember. I'll tell you what used to be. I remember playing down at Odsal Stadium one time, and I came out at half time. We were playing Huddersfield round 2. It were, and we should have called the game off because it was the pitch was frozen over. But because it was a TV game, they wouldn't call it off. So we came out after half time, and the pitch was like playing on concrete, and I had cuts on my leg that I had for the rest of the season because of that one night. I'll never forget that because it was bloody freezing, and the Aussies in the team at the time just couldn't believe it. But growing up there, I knew all about it. It's some good experiences there and some good times.
We're going to talk a little bit about ourselves. Russell Crowe, were it the best call ever when he phoned you up, says you want to come back?
Yeah, it were pleasing. I mean, I were in a tricky spot, you know. I knew that I didn't want to stay here for too much longer in Union, and then to get the call, and we made things work, I guess, overnight. Really, it was pretty impressive.
Come back, get your gladiator kit on. We're going to reenact it.
He says, "Are you not entertained?" No, look, we're just good friends, and that's what we have, a friendship.
Yeah, he's a good bloke.
A great bloke. He's been fantastic for my family and me, and but yeah, he's a great phone call. I've actually had some great phone calls off Russell in my time. From the first time he ever called me to the 10th, the 20th. You got a wind up, didn't you, back in the day? I did, yeah, back in the day. But no, it turned out to be true. And like I said, I guess about 7 years ago now. The rest is history, really. So Rusty, thanks.
Testimonial. South's probably struggled this year.
Yeah.
I think people expected Sam Burgess to ride in on his white horse and win Premiership again. Didn't really work out. No,
look, the NRL's a tough comp. It's a really, really tough comp, and if you're 5% off, you're going to lose a game. And we found that out this year. We had some tough times, but we learnt a lot about each other as a team. We've got a young team there, and I'm really proud of the way we managed to turn it around and finish the season strong. And we really threatened some top teams there at the back end, and it'll be a good sign for us moving into next year.
Well, it's up Cronulla in the NRL. New name on the trophy, which is always good for rugby league. People like Paul Gallen, is it? You're playing against some tough hombres. Who are you expecting to be particularly tough coming into this Four Nations?
Well, I think in the Kiwi pack that Jared Warrior-Hargraves is back around, and Jesse Bromwich has had a huge year. He's been very good, and he'll captain the Kiwi side. I think he'll be in for a big tournament. My good friend Isaac Luke, he's a tricky little mover. He's a smart he's a schemer on the field, so you got to keep my eye on that guy. But you got then the solid players at Australia. You got Cameron Smith there controlling the boys around, and Matt Scott has a big year from the Cowboys, and you can't go past Jonathan Thurston. Also, so he's a glamour, a good lad as well. So look, it's going to be a great tournament. There's some great players that we've just mentioned there on show, and we're just looking forward to getting stuck into that and representing the country and doing our best.
Right, Nigel Wood went out of his way. He moved for Steve. He moved Steve McNamara on, who had done a good job, set up a lot for the England team. But he appointed Wayne Bennett, which were a huge statement. All the boys saying he's got a mad aura about him. He just really holds the room well. Have you been impressed with him? Yeah,
I've worked with Wayne before in the past, and I really impressed with him back then. In 2010, I was only young then. He had a big impression on me then. He was very down to earth, humble guy, and he just wanted you to be the best version of yourself. And
sound like Jonesy.
Yeah, it's just a great guy. He doesn't bite the bullet. He tells you exactly what you need to do. If you're doing something wrong, he'll tell you directly, and that's all you need as a player. Don't take it too personally. He's only there to make you a better player, and that's what he's doing with his team.
Hopefully we can get the win. I'm really excited for the tournament. Last thing is the great charity work you've done for Cure for MD, is it?
MND.
MND.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously you lost your dad to the disease. It's no really nearer getting any cures, but the awareness is there now.
Yeah, well that's it. I think now we've got some backing behind motor neuron disease, and there's a great association here in England that we're in contact with, and over in Australia. We're doing some
big freeze.
Yeah, the big freeze. It's fantastic. So there's now a lot of weight that's coming behind which is a terrible illness, and people that go through it know exactly how bad it is to deal with. So, it's great that we've got people supporting it. Stuart Broad's a big advocate for it, the cricket player. Shane Watson over in Australia is a huge supporter as well now. So, we're starting to pick up some momentum, and hopefully we can start helping some of the families out that are obviously going through the tough times, and then the people in the next generation hopefully can find the cure, so people can help solve this terrible disease.
Mate, let's hopefully we can solve the disease. We can get the win. You can have a great tournament as captain of your country. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us today. It's been a long day. We really appreciate all your support.
My pleasure. Anytime, Simo.
Whether it's power station, factory or stadium, covering installation or maintenance, Spec, the specialist power contractor to industry.